Hello and welcome to the home of the Ghost Owl, and here we are back for another video, and we're back into World of Tanks, and this time we're in our Tiger 1, watching a replay of me getting an ace tanker in the tank. Now I don't get ace tankers very often, I'm definitely a below average player in this game. However, so I would like to kind of do a video when I do get an ace tanker. It's kind of a big deal for me. I know it's not for a lot of people out there, but I think it's nice to show it, and if you're a fan of World of Tanks, it's nice to see some of these games. So, we're in the Tiger 1. We're running with standard equipment. We've got vents, we've got a rammer, and we've got an aiming device trying to maximise that gun. The armour overall on this tank looks like it should be strong, and with some angling you can do some fun things, but overall very flat and tends to eat a lot of rounds. Now you'll notice that we are running virtually a full gold setup with 6 HE shells and full premium consumables, and that is because I was going for marks of excellence on this tank. As I'm a below average player, so I need all the advantages I can get when trying to get a second mark. Now we're currently in a game where we've got tier 8s, but not too many. We've got 4 tier 8s, a bunch of tier 7s, and some tier 6s, so we're definitely in the middle of the pack. Not my favourite way of matchmaking. I prefer everyone to be the same tier, but we will do our best to make it work. A pretty reasonable mix of heavies, mediums, tank destroyers, 1 light tank, 2 artillery, so an overall reasonable mix of classes on the battlefield. So without further ado, let's see how this game progresses. So straight away I'm thinking, yeah, we're in a heavy, we're going to go over and play down the 9 and the 0 line, which is typically where the heavies play if they're not going to the castle down on the 1 line. As a heavy, as a slower heavy, I do prefer to play down the 9 and 0 line. If I was in a much faster heavy, those sort of heavies that can almost double as medium tanks or heavy medium tanks, then I would look to potentially go down the 1 line and use that mobility. But we're not that fast, and I want to try and maximise as much of a hull down position as I can, because really the turret is the only thing that I have reasonable confidence in being able to bounce any shells at all, though even the turret can have its issues, and you can see there is that cupola on it as well. So I'm looking back and thinking, I'm not the fastest tank, but it doesn't look like I've got much support. So we've got an SU-100 that's kind of coming up and taking the TD position behind. It does look like I've got an OI and an AMX-65T coming up, but they're not here yet. So I'm thinking, I feel a little bit on my own here. Now, often I would think about potentially pushing up against those rocks and trying to make, a bit more pressure, get some spotting on the enemy, find out who's going to be there. But I kind of feel a little bit lonely, and straight away we've got an STA2, a tier 8 medium has appeared. We managed to get a shot into him, but he also gets a shot into us, which is less than ideal. Now we're looking for the cupola on the AMX M449. That's a tier 8 heavy, so I'm looking at a tier 8 medium and a tier 8 heavy right now. And I've got an IS coming around the corner as well. Less than ideal, and that was a bad shot by me, too late on the reactions there. So I've got to watch out for that IS sneaking around the corner. The AMX-65T is kind of wanting to play the exact same position as me here. 2 people can play here. He's kind of in the way, but we'll make it work. We'll play around him. And there we go, we get another shot into that cupola. I don't think that's the best position for that AMX M449. His cupola is very, very much exposed. Can we get a shot into the IS? Yes, we do, and we manage to make that one count as well, and we're up to 1,000 damage. So we get another shot into that AMX M449, that cupola. Absolutely a magnet for my shells right now. Can we get another shot into the IS? Yes, we can. And you can see the pretty reasonable reload time. Gun handling, not too bad, and we've tried to maximise that where possible. We get lucky and we are able to bounce on the turret there from the IS, and the IS is destroyed. Now, we take a hit from the AMX M449. You can see that starts to hurt. Now he's got Tiger 1 support as well. Can we finish him off? And yes, AMX is done. and that takes a big threat away from us, and we're already up to 2,100 damage. That STA2 though going for us again, and we're down to half our hit points, but that's plenty, and we're going to keep on fighting. I would like to get rid of that STA2. I do think he's not a bad player. He's trying to play aggressive. He's definitely putting the pressure on me and focusing down. Oh, and I get a ricochet there, and I get artillery on me as well. And I do tend to find the Tiger does feel like a bit of an artillery magnet sometimes. It's a big, slow box on tracks, and it does seem to attract the shells. And I'm waiting for the stun to go so that I can try and get a shot. And the STA2 really is my preferred target. He's not there, so I will put into the Tiger instead, and I get stunned again. But we're now up to nearly 3,000 damage. Can we finish off the STA? No, we can finish off the Tiger, and the STA2 is gone as well, and we have secured this flank, and we're able to push on. We've got 582 hit points remaining, which is enough to keep pushing forward. We've got one tier 8 left on the board, and that we've got enough hit points to at least take one more shot from somebody and survive, depending on who it's from. Right, trying to get around the AMX there, trying to get around the OI. Now, what I'm thinking is here, I could go down the road, but it's going to give me a lot of, that SU, a lot of time to shoot me. Now, we've got the aiming on there, and no, unfortunately, we don't manage to pen him. Can we pen him here? He comes out, and, it's pretty tough. We'll go for a chance, and we're not able to make the shot count. So what do? We put another blind shot in the hope that we get his lower plate, but we're going to keep pushing through. And what I want to do now is, unfortunately, the OI and the KV2 do shoot me in the back, which is interesting. But there we go. I'm not sure if that was my fault or theirs. Probably mine for driving in front of them, but I had no idea they were going to take blind shots. I have to say, if there'd been a target there, it would have been a bit different. Anyway, we managed to get down into the valley, and we start pushing up to see if we can get a shot onto that SU-101, but no, unfortunately, again, he's got that tough armor from the front, difficult for us to pen as a tier 7. He is a tier 8, and he drops off over the back. Now the question is what to do here. I know there's going to be people shooting me from the bushes in that area there, so I'm expecting there to be people there. So just trying to see if I'm spotted at the moment. I'm not. Then I'm expecting people to be on this hill here, checking to see if I'm spotted, and right now I'm not. So I'm thinking, there's still 2 artillery out there. There's still the 2 other TDs on top of this one. I'd really like to get rid of this SU-101. Now, if I come up here, the one advantage I do have is we have cover from the rocks. We're able to try and get the side of that tank. Gun depression, not the best, but we are able to push over and make it work. And there's a T-25AT, and he's relocated. He's relocated, and the artillery as well. We get behind the rocks, and we're waiting for that stun to wear off. I am now at risk of being one shot. So we've got to still take it slow. We've got 4 kills. We've got 3,100 damage, 390 assisting damage, and we're seeing what can we do. How can we push forward? Now there's the T-25AT, and we managed to get a nice shot with a very high roll into him at 309. That was fantastic. And we're going to keep pushing forward. Artillery putting pressure on that T-25AT, also trying to be aware of that IKV as well, and also that artillery, which could absolutely ruin me. We can't fully aim. We take a shot, and it does pay off. We get another hit onto that T-25AT. One of the artillery is down. The other artillery is about to go down, and we just got that T-25AT and that IKV left. Can't get a shot with the T-25AT as the KV2 is blocking us. I think he's going to go and finish that T-25AT. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? If not, that Su-130 is going to get him. The IKV is killed by the artillery, and the T-25AT is killed. So we ended up with 4 kills, 3,692 damage, 392 assisting, for a total combined of 4,082 damage. We raised our mark of excellence profile up by 2.15% to nearly 69, and that was good enough for over 1,400 base experience and gaining us my first mastery badge ace tanker on the Tiger 1. I hope you enjoyed that battle. I hope you enjoyed that game. I certainly did. And again, you know, I felt actually this game that we did try and play well. We did try and use the terrain and the cover as best we can. But we also got lucky in that those enemy tier 8 tanks and that STA2, you know, that AMX didn't capitalise more and focus me down. I would have been probably the easier target than the AMX. And we didn't take too much of the artillery fire either. So that definitely was a benefit for us. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it though, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why in the comments below. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. Free for you to do, and means a lot for me. So thank you for that in advance. You've been watching The Ghost Hour. Tune back in for some more either Let's Play World of Tanks or Total Warhammer 3 videos.